Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come in and run my mouth and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, listen, I didn't really take a lot of notes at all. Sure. And I write big, and I skip lines. I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There are 23 lines of notes. Yeah, okay. Let's get into it. We're just gonna talk, y'all. Oh, oh. So y'all know I'm nosy, and so I'm on the plane. Okay, so I'm on the way back home, and I'm watching. I had downloaded some stuff to watch, and so I was watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I wanted to get that out of the way, so when I got home, I could just take some, watch the episode again, take some notes. But it really wasn't a lot going on, hence why I only got 23 lines of notes. But I still enjoyed the episode. And so I'm watching the episode, and they were doing they were basically showing us the relationship between Marlo and Kandi, and how it started out, and now I guess where it's about to end. And they showed a flashback clip of a previous season, and I was like, I was like, maybe I. Did I miss a season of Real Housewives of Atlanta? Because in the opening credits, the girls who had that were holding a peach was, I think it was Cynthia, Kandi, that white woman, the one who husband brought a piece to the season 10 reunion. Yeah, her. Um, who else? I think it was Phaedra and Sheree. And I was like, when did they have this cast? And I was like, this is strange. I know I don't watch. What season did I miss? And I'm like, oh. Girl, they took Nene. Girl, they took Nene out of the opening credits, girl. Yes, yes, God. They did. Girl, I sat on that plane confused for at least 5 minutes, trying to figure out, girl, what season? I done missed the season. Girl, I'll never remember this cast. Hey! We'll talk about it some more in Hot Topics. We're gonna talk about that some more in Hot Topics. But yeah, they took Nene out of the opening credits when they did the flashback scenes that had to do with Kandi and Latoya Hutchinson. Okay, girl, let's just talk. Okay, Sonia. Can I ask? Can I say something? Girl, I'm coming back with a bang. Can I say something? We're just gonna put all of this out on the table. Is Sonia's sister taking care of her husband? Cause I don't like how he just upped and quit his job. Unless he got another job. Because he was Sonia's assistant and he quit 2 weeks ago. Did he quit his job because he had already found another job? Or did he quit his job and he just at the house playing the PlayStation? I need to know what's going on with Sonia's brother-in-law. And girl, if he got a job or not. Because the man that don't work don't eat. Ain't that what they say? I told y'all don't even want to listen to y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all think I be saying stuff because I be hating and you ain't got no man, so you don't know and all that stuff. But girl, I watch. This is the thing. I watch what's on my TV screen. Not y'all, but some people just be making stuff up in their head. This is what. So they were having a conversation. Sonia, the sister, and the mama were having a conversation. And I guess, the dad wants to stay in Atlanta. The mama, but I thought everybody was ready to go. But I guess once they heard Ross kind of say that he ready for everybody to go too, I guess it kind of stings a little bit more because it's kind of like, oh, girl, he trying to rush us out of the house. But girl, what quiet is this, kept? Son, your sister, your husband ain't got no man. So, I mean, your husband ain't got no job. So I'm sure Ross is probably how to feed him. And girl, last episode, you didn't even go to work because didn't somebody else have to do Sonia's hair? Wasn't Sonia mad about the sister not coming to do her hair? So it sounds like, girl, you lazy and your man is a bomb. That's what it come across. I'm just telling y'all I ain't come across. So Ross is ready for y'all to go because he's trying to feed all y'all mouths. Now them kids is all right because they can eat a couple of chicken nuggets and a couple of French fries and drink a little apple juice and they're gonna be fine. Kids don't really eat like that. But y'all some grown, y'all grown. Y'all like to eat. Okay. Anyways, but they were having a conversation about them leaving, blah blah blah, and Sonia was saying how she doesn't think that Ross, I think she was saying that she doesn't think that Ross understands that they have a great setup. So basically, Sonia's whole thing is, we got all y'all here, and we get to go where we want to go, and we have free babysitters, right? So my son is here with family. I don't have to pay y'all. If I need to go to New York or Los Angeles or wherever I need to go, I can just get up and go. And I think the sister was saying the same thing, like, y'all have a good setup. Now listen to this, because I didn't try to tell y'all this. Y'all gonna have to start listening to these conversations, because I be listening. Okay. Sonia's sister said, I can't remember the sister's name. Sonia's sister said, Ross thinks all of this is extra. And then the mama said, right, and they'll figure it out. Now, what I took from that, for the people who watched the episode, when you listen to the full conversation, what I took from that is Ross don't really be there. What did y'all take from that? Because I took it that Ross don't be there. And that basically, he thinks that, even with him wanting the house to be back to just him and Sonia and Ducey, I think he thinks that with all of them there, that means that he ain't got to be there. Right? And that's why the mama said, right, and they'll just figure it out. Basically saying, they'll figure it out. I don't think Ross be there. And then when you take into consideration that his wife, Sonia, said last year that the reason why she really didn't want to have another child is because Ross really wasn't there for her with the first one. Now that's what she said. Y'all remember that? So y'all don't remember Sonia basically saying that she didn't receive the support from Rossi. And even when she had that one Heaven baby, when she had the Heaven baby, she said she felt like she was by herself. And then when she finally got pregnant and had this baby, she said she felt like she was pretty much by herself again. So it's 2 times. And now you got the sister saying Ross thinks all of this is extra, and the mama agreeing saying right, and they'll just figure it out. So Ross' whole thing in my head is, I'm just gonna go to Austin, and whatever's going on, y'all got it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Kenya Moore hair care. Kenya Moore, I don't know if Kenya Moore is opening up a salon or a spa. Because at one point she said spa, at one point, and another, like 5 seconds later, she said salon. But she's opening up something in Atlanta. I think it's going to be nice. Kenya does have great taste. Now, I got to give my girl a little bit. Hey, yeah. Oh, girl, we got to be honest. If I'm going to be riding in the voice, I got to be honest. When I hear stuff, Girl, I gotta call it out, especially if I think that it's wrong. Kenya made a statement. She was talking to her friend. Remember the girl? I forgot her name. Light skinned girl, big hair. Not Alexia. I forgot her name. But she was, remember the episode where her, Kenya, Brooklyn, and then I think her daughter went to play like tennis or something? Remember her? Um, she was basically talking to her, and she told her, I've been a wife for 5 years. I said, okay. I mean, legally, I guess, but girl, I mean, you were a wife for probably 12 months, girl. Um, you've been married for 5 years, I guess. Separated for 3.5. Trying to get a divorce for 2. you know, I'm Team Twirl, so I'm not gonna drag my girl too much because that's my girl. But I was like, nah, Kenya, you ain't been no wife for no 5 years. you ain't been no wife for no 5 years. You ain't been a wife for no 5 years, girl. But okay. And another thing I didn't like either. This did rub me the wrong way. I did not like how Kenya said that Marlo attacked her child. This was the first time, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I literally looked at my phone, my iPad, and like rolled my eyes and was like, what is it talking about? Maybe they just didn't show it, and we don't know because they don't show a lot of stuff on these shows. And sometimes Kenya says stuff, and we're not privy to the scene, you know, to the audio, so we don't really know what was said or what was done. But to say that Marlo attacked her child, I thought that was a little, that was a lot. You know, was Marlo out of line for beating on your door and kicking your door and waking up Brooklyn? Yes, absolutely. But we're not going to sit here and say that Marlo attacked your child, girl. Again, Kenya, she may need to just explain. I'm sure her and Marlo are probably going to have some words next episode. But baby, you're going to have to explain to me what you meant by Marlo attacked your child. Because I didn't see that. Now, did she scare Brooklyn? Yeah. Right? We could say that. But to say she attacked your child? I was like, no, Kenya. Absolutely no. No. We're not doing that. And unless, like I said, unless something happened that we're just not privy to, then okay. Sheree. I mean, girl, ain't nothing going on with Sheree. Sheree got a brand. Little baby is gorgeous. Cairo had a baby with some white girl. I mean, she ain't white. She ain't black. But the baby is gorgeous nonetheless. Girl, I thought, girl, why I was so frustrated. Girl, the baby is asleep. The little baby is asleep. And they were trying to, you know those things where like you can like put your handprints. It's not like cement. You know how like you do it with cement, but it's like the plaster. You know what I'm talking about? The white stuff, kind of like Play-Doh. Anyways, girl, they had to wet the baby hands, and I'm like, girl, he's slow. Girl, so he just pouring the water. He's spraying the water all over the baby hand. The baby waking up, he just pouring the water. And Sheree like, that's enough water. Girl, I'm like, is he trying to wash the little baby ass? Like, what? Girl, that's enough water. So they did what they did. That was pretty much it with Sheree. Oh, girl, I didn't write nothing. Oh, you know what? I didn't write nothing about. Girl, I did not write anything about Ralph and Drew on my thing. They just popped into my head. I'm gonna say this much about Ralph and Drew, and I've said this, but I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna be done. I think it's fake because I don't give a damn what nobody say. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that at the beginning of the season, Drew says out of her own mouth that this is the happiest we've ever been or the happiest place we've ever been. And then, girl, 3-4 months down the road, girl, y'all sprinting to the courthouse like y'all name is Sonia Richards Ross and Flojo, trying to file divorce papers first. Girl! So it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want the girls to be real and honest and not lie. Like, for example, Kenya and Mark Daly. Kenya and Mark Daly were honest and real. Probably too honest if you ask me. Cause nobody was shocked that Kenya and Mark Daly were about to get a divorce after that season aired. Because we were like, ooh, girl. Like, nobody was shocked. You see what I'm saying? Because they were basically putting it all out there on Front Street. With Drew and Ralph, you just never know. So it's kind of like, girl, y'all fake, y'all fraud, y'all really not showing y'all. Like, it's weird to me. I'm sorry. This cannot be the happiest you've ever been. And then, girl, 4 months down the line, girl, you fell for the divorce, girl. Instead of you just saying, girl, we having issues like a motherfucker. Girl, how we make it? But no, you said, oh no, this is the happiest I've ever been. And then, girl, all of a sudden, girl, you grabbing the car keys and you, girl, running to the courthouse. Girl, you sprint to the courthouse. Girl, you looking beside you. And Ralph right beside you. And y'all rushing to the courthouse to see who can file papers the fastest. So you can say, I broke up with him first. Girl, I'm sick of y'all. Anyways. Marlo. This is the thing. Kandi is messy. Kandi been messy. But I don't know. And y'all already know. Some of y'all, I think some of y'all want me to take a side. And I'm not taking I don't think there's the only time I think that there could be a side is if I really think somebody is right or wrong, right? Marlo is definitely wrong in the situation. But also I can understand some of the stuff Marlo be saying. So the thing that frustrates me with Marlo is this. One, I don't know what Kandi has done for Marlo to feel like nobody holds Kandi accountable. I don't know what Kandi, I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't know what Kandi has done for Marlo to feel that way. I think Kandi has had messy moments, but I don't know if it's been big enough for someone to have to intervene and pull Kandi to the side and be like, girl, let me talk to you because X, Y, and Z. Does that make sense? So for example, last year, when Kandi and Marlo got into it in Jamaica. And I said I thought Marlo wasn't wrong. Kandi was wrong because Kandi should have her goddamn mouth and minded her goddamn business and ate her jerk chicken and oxtails because she didn't have to jump in and defend Ross because Ross' wife was sitting right beside him and she ain't say a goddamn thing. So why the fuck is Kandi saying something? That's why Marlo got into her ass and was dragging Todd. You know what I'm saying? So I understood why Marlo said why she did what she did last year. Now, she was wrong. Kinda, but not really. Okay? Because Kandi should have said that about her business. But I felt like even in that moment, that wasn't enough for the people at the table to feel like they probably needed to check Kandi. You see what I'm saying? I don't think that was deep enough for other people to jump in and be like, Kandi, you wrong. And then on top of that, Marlo, the people at the table probably don't even like you. So you're expecting these people that don't like you, that probably haven't liked you even prior to you becoming an official housewife, to step in and get Kandi, together in the name of, I guess, being fair. I just want Marlo to say, because I do understand what Marlo's saying just a little bit. I'm not going to lie, y'all. What Marlo said, they don't have a problem bringing up my past, calling me a whore, questioning where I got my money from, talking about how I cut someone's face. But when it comes to Kandi, everybody wants to be silent and not say what it is when it comes to that goddamn shooting down there at OLG. I think if Marlo just would have said that and ended it right there, I think a lot of people could have probably understood where Marlo was coming from. Like when it got to do with me, y'all just call it for what it is. Y'all don't beat around the bush. Y'all don't use other words to describe whatever you're trying to say. You called me a whore. You just asked me straight up where you get your money from, like Kandi did in that flashback clip, right? Y'all say you sliced somebody's face. Y'all don't say anything like, so Marlo, what do you do for a living? Right? We know you being messy, so where you get your money from? Or where your money come from, whatever Kandi asks. Or Marlo, did something happen some years ago when you were younger, right? I think that if Marlo would have worded it that way, then people would have understood, right? And then she could have said, what I just said, and then when it comes to Kandi, y'all try to cover it up by saying, oh, what was the incident? It wasn't an incident, it was a shooting. Call it for what it is. Marlo didn't do that. Marlo started bringing up her nephew. Girl, y'all already know what Marlo did, girl. And so I think it just kind of threw everybody for a loop. Like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? Girl, you bringing up your nephew, girl. You trying to act like that got something to do with Kandi's business. I'm glad Kandi clocked to this episode because we've been saying that, girl. Marlo, you trying to act like your nephew getting shot, unfortunately, had something to do with, well, not only shot, he was unalived. You're acting like that has something to do, with OLG. Yes, you are. And you're trying to connect that to Kandi's business, which could, of course, mess her business up. Because we're not going to sit here and act like, girl, it ain't been a few shootings at OLG. Now, did they all have something to do with OLG? I don't know. I think one of the shootings, it was just some random people outside, and I think, or somebody came into OLG. It was something like, I don't think it had anything to do with OLG, but nonetheless, I think it happened at OLG. You know what I'm saying? But Marlo was she's trying to put all this stuff together to make it an issue when she just should have just said what I just said and left it at that. If she just would have said that, then it would have been a done deal. But even with that being said, the truth of the matter is these people are Kandi's friends. If you're friends with someone, you're not going to bring up something that it could affect their business. So I don't think it has anything to do with people being scared of Kandi or walking on eggshells around Kandi. I think that they're friends. Kenya and Kandi are friends. Monyetta and Kandi are friends, right? So they're not going to mention the shooting because I know that could affect my friend's business. Marlo, I don't know what Marlo do. Marlo, y'all not friends. That's all it come down to. They're not friends. They're not friends, and because friends don't do that to each other. I'm sorry. I think that Kandi, even with them showing the flashback clips of Kandi saying that Marlo was nice and sweet and all that stuff, and she got a good heart, and I just think that was Kandi just being nice, right? Like, oh, Marlo was nice, right? Like, I'm gonna help this hoe get on this show, say some nice stuff, try to keep her as a friend of the show. But now I think the gloves are off. And so now Kandi is like, bitch, what about that? When you was down there acting like you was Edward Scissorhands, okay? And slicing and dicing. That's what happens, girl. On Mad Day, girl, all of a sudden, girl, you forget everything you said about somebody. Girl, they nice, they kind, they sweet. Girl, I'll take a bullet for them. And girl, on Mad Day, honey, it's girl, I'll pop you in your face. Don't try me. Girl, you'll end up, girl, 6 feet under. Let's get to this fight. Kandi comes in. Did y'all hear when Kandi called the boy her cousin? Kandi, not to sound mean, Kandi Kandi didn't even know the boy. Girl, she done referred to, girl, don't take no shade. That was your whole nephew, and girl, she said your cousin. Girl, now who your cousin? Girl, your dog, your uncle? Who was it? I don't even know. So they fighting. I mean, Kandi walking to the place. Kandi attitude's already like steak, cause Kandi already know this is about to be some BS. And one thing I will say, I did like the fact that Kandi was like, "Let's go ahead and address." Oh, excuse me. Thank you. Kandi was like, "Let's go ahead and address this right now, um, because I'm not gonna be able to get through this." So Marlo, what's going on with you? What you got to say, basically? You said something about your cousin. Um, and then Marlo said, "Can we just go over here and talk, me, you, and Drew?" So they go to the side. Marlo started talking. Girl, I thought I was long winded. I am still, but girl, Marlo, girl, just get to the point, girl. Girl, all of a sudden, girl, Candace started cursing Marlo out, and girl, Drew was. Girl, when it started getting real serious, because Manetta had got up at one point, and then she went over there to check on Kandi to see what was going on, and then Kandi told her to back up, please. You heard when Kandi told Manetta to back up, girl, get off me. Girl, that's the worst thing you can do, girl. I know, and I think we all, this is the thing, we've probably all done it. I'm sure I probably have too. But I think one of the worst things you could probably do is when someone is, girl, heated, is to try and grab them, because I you don't want them to fight. But I think one of the worst things you could probably do is to grab somebody, because it's kind of like, girl, 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 we sisters, but girl, you know. And so Drew, hold on, I wrote it down. Oh, so anyways, Drew. So when Kandi and Marlo were getting into it, and it started to get like a lot more heated than what it was already was. Drew was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, okay, okay, okay." Then everybody ran over. Girl, Kandi was. When I tell you, Kandi was pissed. When I tell you, Kandi was pissed. When I tell you, Kandi was so goddamn pissed. Kandi couldn't even talk. When Kandi was like. But Kenya was like, if she pop out, Kenya, mind you, Kenya tall and Kenya down here. If she pop out, you better not hold me back. You better not hold me back. You better not hold me back. Kenya was in. Girl, I tell you, Kenya was going out. At one point, you can hear Kenya saying, okay, I won't. Bitch! And then, girl, Marlo on the other side, like, acting like a child, like, when you crying, Candy's crying. Girl, it was so childish. And then Candy was like, I'm crying because I can't choke your ass, bitch. And then here go Kenya sitting there looking like this the whole time. And Marlo and Candy behind her cussing Marlo out. And Kenya just looking like this. I said, girl. Kenya said, girl, she said, I'm gonna let her just go off, girl. Um. Anyways, girl, I thought it was a cute episode. I thought it was cute. It was real fun. That ending to me with Marlo and Kandi was actually kind of funny. Girl, when I said Kandi was pissed. Marlo don't be making no sense in what she be saying, child. Marlo don't make no sense. Marlo, you don't make no sense. I'm sorry, girl. You really fucked this up this year again, girl. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know. Whatever. All right. That was it. Yeah, and then Kandi left. I think Kandi was really, really pissed off because I think they unmiked Kandi. And then Kandi left. And then they were all outside. I will say this much. Drew was lying a little bit. Not a little bit. Drew was lying. Saying that I think Marlo, she had something about Marlo's hands. And I will say, because watched that part between Kandi and Marlo more than a few times, probably like 7 times. And I did see Marlo holding her hands like this, like in front of her, even when she was talking to Kandi at one point. At one point, Marlo did have her hands like behind her back. So Marlo ain't too stupid. And Drew was trying to make it seem as though that Marlo was just using her hands. And I'm like, girl, that's really. I didn't see no. They didn't show it. I mean, girl, they over there trying to protect Marlo too at the same time, like they did at the reunion last year. But I didn't see any of that. But yeah, the episode was good. It was cute. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.